What's up, guys? Iggy here with FalTac. It is 5 p.m. Wednesday night. I've had hell of a weekend. I went 400 miles up north to Presque Isle, Maine, which is like right on the Canadian border. Went up for a gun show, a yearly gun show that they have up there. Good business made. Sold some holsters, made some friends, and had a nice 6-hour ride home for it. Set up yesterday. Took me a little bit to kind of set up and organize so I could get back to where I was. And now it's time to get back into it. So this morning I've been doing shells for orders. You guys, if you are new to this channel and if you are a new holster manufacturer, I do offer shells. That way, if you order a mold and you are waiting for that mold to come in, I will actually send you shells so you can go ahead and get your order out. But anyways, we are doing an FN 509 today. Which is probably one of my favorite handguns. 24 round capacity plus one in the chamber. It's a nice firearm. So I have the multi-molds version right here with the O-Light BALDR S. There it is right there. And of course my threaded barrel. So that is a 9/16 socket. So there is plenty of room just in case the customer has a different threaded knurled thread protector on there. So that's why I do that. The only thing I got to do is add this, which covers for the suppressor height sights. Now this holster is actually going to have an RMR. The firearm has an RMR on it, and this is going to be ulti-clip attachments with a sidecar connected with paracord, and it's going in black carbon fiber. So we have our heat press already up. It is up to temperature and all our foam is on it, so let's get to blocking and building. And before I get into this part, I wanted to tell you, I got a notification from YouTube this morning that I thought was absolutely awesome. It said one of my videos violated community standards and has been removed, so I appealed it. And they stuck with the decision to remove it from it. So expect another video on how to make trim jigs, because they removed the video on how to make a trim jig because of firearms in the video. Now, I don't know about you, but YouTube, these are fake. They're plastic. Get your together. Let's get this party started. Just gonna grab a couple things. Already got my blocking. This is the ulti-clip we're going to use. So this ulti-clip will mount right around this area, about right there. And then the other one will be across from the magazine. It's Glock mag. My FN 509 is not close to me right now. So it'll be roughly like that. And we're going to have an MRD right here since we're going to have bullets facing out. So let's get it started. I'm going to start with our 5 layers of tape. We'll start with this side. This is always the easier side. I have this set just slightly forward than what the customer has. That way it gives you a little bit more channel. But the Baldr S is actually the easier of pretty much all the Baldrs to make holsters for, which is nice. So let's get that, square it up. So if you remember, there's that right there. We're going to have to clean that up as well, or at least block it out, I mean. All right. If you were using a customer's light, you'd want to throw tape on it underneath your aluminum. That way you don't scratch their light. I know some customers, I mean, I personally don't like scratches on my stuff, but it is what it is. All right, so we are right there. So let's block that. I'm not blocking all the way because that is going to be getting cut off at that height anyway. And we're also doing a mid-sweat shield on this. So that's all we need on this side for now, because we have to go back and do the ulti-clip. So this side, so the way I have it set up, there's a little bit of an opening right here. we are going to block right there. That way there's no, that opening is not. So let's throw some tape down in there with this just small piece of blocking. This will help us level out the blocking as well. And then this will go right on top like so. Make sure you leave enough room right here where the mounting switch is, or the mounting tab rather. Make sure you leave enough room so that there's a click so the kydex can suck down into it. Let's get that mounted. And let's go around the whole thing so we don't want these moving. Alright, there's one side, and now here's side number 2. And I will throw something right here to kind of keep those lined up as best as I can. Alright, and we are going to need something right here as well. So, throw in a piece of blocking that looks like so. Right now, we are going to need, let's see here. So, let's see, trigger guard is right here. I'm going to come up. So we're going to want the grip, and then we have our line right here, and we want that coming pretty much right to there. So we are going to take some more blocking, and I'll put that right there after I block this out a little bit. That's perfect. There's that indent from the rail right there. So we want to support under this. Let's see, it goes down a little bit more. Right in there is what we want to fill up. I wonder. Here we go. Throw a couple of those in there. Ha, perfect. All right, just, yeah, that's good. And that'll give you the option to go up and down as well. Square that up. All right, now I'm gonna have to cut a retention plate because I don't believe I've done this combo before. All right, guys, we were seeing double a couple videos ago, about 2 months maybe. My heat press died. It just had this weird error on the screen. It just shut off, and now I'm up without a paddle. So went on Craigslist, or Marketplace rather, found one for 75 bucks, went and bought it, didn't even argue with the guy, came home, it worked, perfect, yada, yada, yada. So me being me and being used to be in the electronic field, I'm like, all right, let's try and fix it. So, as you can see, I have 2 set up right now, and this one is heating up. This is the old one. This is the one off Marketplace that I paid $75 for. This one was $400, and it died, so I thought this died. So I went ahead, I actually went to fancierstudio.com and I ordered a new one of these. It was $27. Put it in, wired it up, didn't work. Then I traced everything back and noticed that the switch was kind of iffy. Bought 4 switches, or 2 switches for 11 bucks and threw it right in there. So really, I put another $40 in there, and now I have 2 of these. So the cool part, well, there's kind of pros and cons. If I was to do this again, I would buy a 16 by 20 or whatever the next size up is for heat presses, and that's $700 for that heat press. So it will pay for itself with the aggravation. But now I barely use my oven, so I might get the ovens out of here because I now set up the second one so I could go ahead and do it. And what's cool with vacuum forming is I could just do one, and just bump them out pretty quick. So anyways, good thing is I could do 2 pieces of Kydex at the same time. Given if I had one, that'd be great, but this works. Bad news is I had to have them on different separate circuits because it blows the fuse. So it is what it is. So that's why lights are off from here down, because I got this on one circuit and this is on the other. And this one's already up to temp. This foam is nice and hot. This is at 150 degrees. This foam is getting warm. So we're going to take care of that. Luckily, I'm going to go ahead. The bottom side, the side that's going to go towards the body, is going to be black. That's what I always do on colored Kydex or colored holsters. And then the front of it is going to be black carbon fiber. I think this is going to look spectacular. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that while I'm waiting. All right, ladies and gents, we have everything in both presses. I got the carbon fiber in this one. The black is in this one. The press is set up. Obviously, the foam is on top. Foam is on top. That way the heat doesn't go out of it, even though I have a fan circulating right there. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and wait the 100 seconds left, and then go ahead and press it. Next time you see it, it's going to look pretty damn good, I hope. All right, now that's in the press. Bam. And I'm going to go ahead. I normally don't do this right now, but there's downtime in the press, 8 to 10 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and make the magazine carrier side now. I have these. I custom made these out of epoxy. They're off of my website right now because I'm trying to catch up on other orders, and these just take time away. So they're going to be back up on the website as well. Not as splits, as holes. Like, well, actually, they're all splits. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to show you kind of what I did. It wastes a little bit because I don't feel like cutting the plate, but I'll just explain it. I'll show you. So this is an aluminum plate. So I got my, obviously the vac table here, the mesh, and then that plate's going to go on top. And then this, bam, is going to go right there. And we're going to go ahead, and this is generally enough room. Put it up a little bit. This is generally enough room for everything to suck down and be able to do everything that we got to do. Now, because magazine, the orientation of this magazine is going to be bullets facing away from firearm, that means the MRD side is going to have to go towards the gun. So we're going to have the row of rivets, or the eyelets, right here, and then it's going to come off because we're going to have a plate right here for the ulti-clip. If you've done stuff like this, you know that when you just use the table itself, the edges will flare up. Like you see how these aren't flat at all. They flare up. They'll stink to work with because now you're going to have to heat it up, flatten it out. By adding that plate, as you can see, this area now stays flat and even, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'll just cut around the edge. That way I have this plane right here. And then the mating half, I'll go ahead and rivet it together and set it up. But I'm going to do that after the holster's done. Pretty much what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to drill these holes. I'm going to leave these holes be because this is the back. The front, I'm going to leave those as well. You can drill them, completely up to you. But the ulti clip is going to be going under here. And we're going to be using a tall spacer. I'll see you when you get there. But until then, I'll go ahead, cut around, and I'll add the MRD, and then just done. Stop for now. And for the purposes of throwing this together, I will show you what I do. I will add the MRD. I drill these MRDs out to accommodate these guys, so I don't have to worry about using the smaller ones. So that one has a little bit of meltage on it. There we go. And then what we'll do is, so those are 1/4" threaded posts, and these are 1/2" screws. And now that I cut all this around, I will go ahead, put these in. I'm just going to get these started, because if you notice I left the top open. I'm going to throw the mag in there. And what the magazine does is it helps you, or it helps this square itself up. See how it's all squared up now? So there's that. And what we'll do is we'll get the holster out of the press and then finish that one, and then we can see where to drill our holes and design this. But this will be here, actually, like so. There we go. And then this is going to bolt to it like that. And then we'll have our rivets here and then just design it around it. But it has been about 15 minutes, so let's get that out of the press. All right, this came out pisser. I am digging it. All right, so now, like I said, so this is going to be a 1/2 sweat shield, so it's going to be roughly to like here. But this, try to put these here. So, let's see here, that will be there. And this one will be here, like so. This is going to work out great. All right. All right, so let's get this going. First thing I'm going to do is select the hole spacing I want, and I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. I'm going to utilize all 5. I just want to verify. Yep, okay, that we'll have enough room. So we'll get these guys right here. And it's going to be drilled like so. All right, I'm not going to take this out of here yet because I want to drill those first, just in case these fully separate, which most likely they won't, but just in case, I'm going to get those drilled. And you could throw in the eyelets or not, completely up to you. Let's see what I do. Drilled the holes to separate. Pull that out, take everything off of that. Now I can go ahead, throw this on here, and we can actually get some eyelets down. First, take all this off. Careful when you're cutting, when you're using the customer's light. Like I said, you could scratch it with the blade of the X-Acto knife or the razor that you're using. Just take that in consideration. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'll set that up in the back, like so. And I'll throw some eyelets in here, wherever it may be. There they are. And I'll go ahead and trace out what I need to do. So I'll be right back. And I don't know if you can see that, but I split a rivet. And in all technicality, that passes QC for military in the business I was in. But I don't like that. So I'm going to go ahead, cut it out. These are flush cut. And actually, I'll show you. Just put something underneath this. So what I'll do is I'll grab the sides of it, and then I'll just squish it. You could also drill it out, but I found that you need to have a nice sharp drill bit, because what will happen is it'll heat up the eyelet, spins in place, and then it pushes right through. There we go. And then once you get to a good point, you can pop it right through and then reset it. And there you are, new set. That's the old one. Toss that. None are broken. Now I could go ahead and trace this out. Like I said, this is going to have 1/2 sweat shield. Baldr S light armor cut, mid sweat guard if possible. Yep. So go ahead and mount this like so. That looks good. And then trigger is right there. Yep. This is, we're going to come up all the way. We'll do the mid cut after, and then we have an RMR. Just got to verify. Going to go to the ejection port, which is right there, and then come down, and then meet the eyelets. This will leave open right here. That should be within, it should cover the knurled end, and like so. And this can come down, or we'll angle that actually. There we go. Now, when we are doing, this is going to be clawed, so need to, it's going to go roughly there. So I'll go ahead and mark that, and I'll put this right there, which means that this claw is going to be in the same spot as that. There we go. So we'll continue, go down, and then mark it. And there we are right there, which means when we do this guy, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. But the way we'll do it is we'll figure it all out. So it's roughly going to be roughly like that. But we'll see. I'll go ahead and cut this. I got to drill these two. And this is going to actually come to there, and the mid sweat shield will be right there. So that's going, it's going to be the mid, and then that's going to be the front side. So I'll drill these, cut these, and it'll look like this. Well, here we are right here. This is the pretty much the final shape of it. It actually feels extremely good. I'm going to go ahead, I had to trim a little bit extra right here so it could clear the finger, because you don't want to scrape your skin where your glove will holstering. So I'm going to go ahead, straighten up all these cuts, get everything all set and done, cleaned up, and then we're going to add the hardware. Bend this, and then assemble this. And here we are right here. I'm going to go ahead and take our Noga, if I could find it, because apparently I didn't put it back. Oh, yeah, I did. All right, just got to clean this hole real quick. There we go. All right. So we are going to throw that in. That is the hardest one to do, obviously. Do a little Loctite on there. Now what I'm doing is I'm keeping my finger underneath it because I don't want that screw to protrude a ton. All right, and these are short enough to where it bottoms out. Perfect. All right, so there's that, and now we're going to go ahead, we're going to assemble the claw. It's the claw. There we go. You guys know how I do the claw. I already went and got my hardware. So we have 1/8 inch pass-throughs. These are 3/16. These are 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take the 1/8 inch pass-throughs. They're going right there. That's going on top. Go ahead. Throw your screw on. Don't tighten it all the way. All right, square it up, figure out where you want it. Now tighten it. Okay, we're gonna get our bushings in there, and then go ahead, get our flathead. This tight. Ow. All right. Get those even, and then we're going to see where the retention is. Oh my God, that feels amazing. I'm gonna go a little bit tighter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I missed some cleaning. I missed that shot, but oh well. And get all these pencil marks off. All right, so there's that side. What I'm also going to do is it's going to go in the vise, and this is going to go in the vise. I'm going to heat it, and I'm going to bend it slightly, probably like a 15-20 degree. And oh, that feels killer. And I'm just going to tighten it just a hair more. I love when something goes together. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, and obviously there's the half sweat shield. That looks great. Now let's throw this in here and let's line this up. So I generally like to keep the top of the magazine to the top of the firearm. Now this is obviously a Glock, but they make some rather large ones, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to angle this slightly, but this is going to go right there. And we'll throw this one right there. There we go. Now we're going to line these two up. I'll go ahead and drill those. And we are almost done, ladies and gents. Getting there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drill that. All right, so now we know this is going to be going here. That slight angle. So now we need to determine where we're going to throw this. So there it is. This is the tall spacer. Looks like it's going to be right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. We're going to have to tilt that just a little. I'm going to bring it up just a hair. Yeah, it looks like that's going to do it. So what I'll do is I'll take that up. Of course, we got to flip it. Let's do that again. They look good. Boom, boom. Drill those eyelets as well. And now what we're going to do is just determine the shape. All right. And like so, we're going to throw, let's say, we'll throw eyelet there, eyelet here. Tell you what, let's do 3 eyelets. Evenly spaced. 1, 2, 3. So we'll come straight up, straight over, and then I like to bend, and then we'll come up like so. Now over here, we have our little problem. We have to make sure we can get to that adjustment knob. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this on the scroll saw. I'll drill these, put those rivets in, drill it out, and then we have to just get access to that. No big deal. Alright guys, so if you notice here, I actually got 4 eyelets and then 5 on this side. The way I spaced it out and the way everything worked out is it made it so you could not even get to the MRD. So obviously we're going to have to do that. So I made the executive decision to go ahead and do this. Now, what this does is this actually gives the end user the option to go up or down with it. And so we're going to leave it just like that, but we're going to be locking it on the bottom right here, but we're still going to be doing the all the tabs on it. But for now, let's get the ulti-clip on there and let's get it situated. So for this setup again, I'm going to go ahead, get some blue Loctite. Shaking because I'm hungry. All right, these are 1/2 inch right here. I'm going to throw those in. The spacer has a big side on the bottom, small side on top. That big side, it actually sits over the rivets or the eyelets. All right, and then we'll go ahead. All right, and now, get rid of this stuff. Gonna need a lighter and some cord. So, got the lighter, let's get the cord. Head, burn one end. Got a fan going, so let's see how well this goes. And go ahead and cut a piece. And that goes aside. I'll go ahead and burn this end as well. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put a knot, and I'll put it as close to the burnt end as I possibly can. There we go, because what I'll do is I'll remelt it, and then tuck it, and now it's all one piece. So, from here, oh, I gotta bend this. Let me bend that real quick, almost forgot. Right, and I got this slight curve in it. Let's go ahead and get this going. So we're going to, let's see here, was this on the, no, it's on the bottom one. And I usually put the mag on the bottom, so I'll run this through. And we'll go through this way. And then just do that all the way up. You're gonna wanna get yourself a pick. Come on. This is harder when you have fat fingers, just so you know. All right, come through. And since we had 5, can't leave all 5 out there. All right, so this is where, let's see here. This is where the pick comes in. I just built one not too long ago. And we're gonna come in, push that through. Like so. There we go. And again, push through. There it is. Now it's going to go in this side. Oh. And again through this one. The also the looser you keep it, as in the two parts together, the easier this will be, because you're going to tighten it up at the end. So don't feel you have to get everything. Let's see if I can get that back to where it was. Go. And then we're going in the final one. There it is right there. And right through the last guy. Alright, so now what I'll do is I'll grab the very first one, then the second one, and just pull them tight and pinch it. There we go. Third, fourth, fifth, down, and then there we go. At this point, hold tension on it. Just do a regular square knot. Tighten it right there, then I'll cut it without cutting yourself. Get that and melt it and pat it down. So that was 550 paracord. And there's one. And since I don't have the FN near me, there's two. And there is a FN 509 with Baldr S Sidecar in black carbon fiber with the ulti clips and flexible. Oh, molto bella. Thank you guys for watching this video. This holster came out absolutely beautiful. In total, it took me an hour to make it, and that's actually not bad at all. Honestly, the hardest part about this holster was sourcing the parts right now, because it was just, I use a lot of them, so getting them in quickly, and then they're out of stock, this and that. But hey, it's done, and it's about to go to Henderson, Nevada. So Randall Brown, I hope you enjoy this holster. It came out pisser. I actually, you know what? I think I'm going to keep it and make you... No, I'm just kidding. So this is going to be out to you, my brother, and enjoy. Oh, that's awesome. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you picked up a trick or two on how to do this sidecar. And you know what? Shame on YouTube for deleting that video on how to make a trim jig, because no firearms are used in my videos for that exact reason. But have some fun, make some money. Go ahead, make something good. Make some good relationships with some gun stores. I'll talk to you later. Make good decisions. See you later. Bye. And I love you.